Hello, little ones. Would you like to hear a story? I've got one for you. Of dungeons and douchebags. Long ago, the land of Irion was governed by many majestic empires. The humans of the plains, the elves of the forest, the Oreads of the mountains, the Merrow of the oceans, and the kobolds and Okiti taking what was left. But, as is so common amongst all with darkness in their hearts, those who had power would not be satisfied until they had more. War broke out, alliances being made and broken in a second, as the once civilized races slew each other in droves in vain attempts to get one more seat of power. The kobolds, on the brink of annihilation, sought out a new draconic god who would protect them. Instead, they found Jagotha. A powerful and terrible dragon, Jagotha cared not for the suffering of those around him. Taking advantage of the warring continent, Jagotha razed Irion to the ground, seeking to carve a mighty empire in his name. A last desperate alliance stood firm against Jagotha, and after a terrible battle, the dragon was finally slain. With Irion torn apart, and no one in any shape to continue the war, an armistice was reached, and the Great War ended. Now, many years later, Irion has started to rebuild, and the Age of Clockwork has begun. And our unlikely heroes, gathered first to celebrate a harvest festival, may soon find themselves at the center of another war. Trevlon, the halfling bard.
I don't need sleep. All I need is a good case to follow.
Corellian, the kobold paladin.
I will not make the same mistakes again.
Malifang, the half-elf rogue.
I will find them. I will save them. Actions speak louder than words, boy.
Thavagat, the Goliath barbarian.
I am man of simple tastes. Friends. Drink. Cute little bunnies.
And Momo, the Arakakra cleric.
If we have to fight, we will fight together.
From humble beginnings, these brave adventurers may soon find themselves the key to saving the fallen empires. Last time on Dungeons and Douchebags, Fallen Empires. Our heroes, upon being discovered by the Plague Lord Cyborg Ecthro Estrain and Captain Vincent of the Okiti, made a mad dash to escape the slums, the Okiti horde hot on their heels with a storm of crossbow bolts and daggers. Miraculously managing to convince an Odiug to distract Ecthro Estrain's ship, the squishier members of the party, the ones who had been sent to scout ahead, fell multiple times to the weapons of the Okiti, but each time were brought back from the brink before they could die. But in our hero's darkest hour, Rayana Kiki dragged the body of Momo to safety before more daggers could hit him, and Remeg, who was ordered to stop the heroes and couldn't disobey, made a big show of fighting them, only to cover their escape, but not follow. More than half dead, our heroes fled the slums, rushed across town to report the incident at Rosewater Stream, and stopped at the Temple of Bahamut to rest. After our heroes recovered, and discussed the fact that Captain Vincent was making deals with the Plague Lords, Trevlon made good on a promise to talk to Corellian about why he is so reviled in the slums in the Lower Monsoon District especially. When he was young, he took on a shady job that offered a lot of pay in order to survey the slums. He took the job to afford medicine for his sick and dying mother, but when the time came and he delivered his sketches and maps, he was knocked unconscious and left in a ditch at the side of the road with no money, and his mother was gone. His sketches were then used to clean out a good section of the slums, demolishing the buildings and forcing the people out of their homes. After a comforting chat with Corellian and a few safety pats of Mushka, our heroes received a finder's fee of the Okiti horde, courtesy of Giovanni Goldtooth, including an actual magical item, a cutlass of the Winter Queen. Selling and dividing up their various treasures, and once more becoming filthy rich in the process. Our heroes arrived late at night back at Batten Rance Hall, where construction of many of the buildings was well underway and near completion, if not completed already. What mysteries will our heroes investigate at Batten Rance Hall? Will the Okiti ever truly forgive them? Is it time to go back to the ghost side quest, because role-playing, real estate, and ghost side quests are like the best part of Batten Rance Hall right now? Find out on the next episode of Dungeons and Douchebags, Fallen Empires. It's 4 o'clock-ish in Eastern Time in the afternoon. Do you know where your children are? Welcome to Dungeons and Douchebags Fallen Empires. I'm your host, Alex, and with me, as always, we've got our lovely players, Jojo. Thank you. We've got Scott.
Ho ho ho! Welcome to Fallen Empires. I'm divorced.
Oh, hey, Santa Claus is here!
Oh no!
And what would you like for Christmas, Linda?
I want my mom back! I
Sorry,
just want to see my family again!
Can't help you.
Well, at least you can get us a Rand McNally Road Atlas. And for those of you who didn't see the Click Venture stream, I'm sorry. For those of you who did, I'm double sorry. And it's a reference. We've also got Phil.
He took my face.
It's true, I did take his face. It was delicious. And we've got Atlas.
It's pronounced Linda!
Oh, I'm sorry. We've got Linda!
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Alright. So, when we left our heroes, they had escaped being stabbed to death by a bunch of angry rat men, finished up some last business in Port Mirandu, and had arrived late in the night at Baton Rance Hall, where they turned in. And of course, being Baton Rance Hall, they wake up to the sound of construction.
That's more like it.
I should also say, real quickly, Walrus will not be joining us today. He is trapped in Dunkin' Donuts.
Poor bastard.
Like that it be.
No, motherfucker.
Be like that sometimes.
It really do be like that sometimes.
They really do. Alright. I guess Thavagath will begrudgingly wake up, go downstairs, make himself some medieval waffles.
Cool.
And at some point, unless anyone else has anything that could interject this plan, flag down the main construction man and ask him what the progress on everything is.
Yeah, down for that.
Alright. You head downstairs, get some breakfast from the kitchen, head down to the dining room, and flag down Bert, who is basically the guy in charge of construction, to talk about, well, how construction's going. Let's see here. Wine cellar, delivery should be real soon, about 2 days or so. That's something I really can't accelerate. Other stuff that's currently being built, that would be, you know, the actual wall, so that the gatehouse isn't, you know, standing by itself and people can walk around it. Honestly, it looks kind of dumb.
Yeah.
There's also the cloakroom that's going to be built off to the side of the main entrance. That's the one real manor expansion you guys ordered after talking to, like, I don't know, whatever the ghost is downstairs. Housing's being built just fine. We got 2 of those up. The Marrow took one of those houses. There's still room for 2 more people in them. Not sure how easy that's going to be to share with the fishmen. One of the houses is vacant. We'll see who claims it. Market's going pretty well. Should be done in a couple days or so. Irrigation, that's coming along. Then bathhouse also coming along. You know, now that I'm looking at this, if y'all spend the day overseeing construction, we should have a lot of these done by, like, this afternoon at the earliest.
Nice.
Not the housing, of course, and not the tavern, because that's going to take way more time.
Oh, no, I can imagine.
Right? But anyway, normally you guys don't come home without a shitload of money in your pockets, so was there anything else you wanted to look into? I can pull up the list we have so far.
I know Trevlon wanted some books. Can someone wake him up?
Trevlon T-poses down the hall. Yes, could we get the entire collected works of Geisel? I really want to, I want to look into the theology stuff he does. And T-poses right back to sleep.
Bless you, Alex. Bless you.
Alright, if you could go ahead and take, I believe it is 75 gold to get a new expansion set for the library.
You got it.
From Trevlon.
70 or 75?
75.
75. Alright, cool beans.
Cool.
That's that sword. By Trevlon. Okie doke. Where's my little list of shit? I meant to pair that, but lost it. Okay. Atlas, was there anything in particular you were after?
I believe maybe starting on, what was it, the sewers as part of the infrastructure would be useful.
Oh yeah, we could expand those just in case we get more than 50 people out here.
Yeah,
All right.
sounds good.
Do we have a farm going? I don't think we have a farm going. So
No. The farm should have been done by the time you got here. Actually.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
simple
Yeah,
plot
looking
of
at my
land
notes,
dedicated
farm's
to
all
growth.
done.
Thank you. It was dark when we came in. My apologies.
Yeah, you folks looked like shit and also really tired, so I didn't think to go bother you.
Much appreciated.
I
Bart.
appreciate it. Alright. Gonna put down a payment for 4 more houses.
4 more houses. You sure you don't want to invest in more tenements?
Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I meant. Shit. Yes. Okay, in that case, 2 more tenements. That's what I meant.
Okay. He starts noting all this down.
Alright, 2 more tenements. This is just coming out of my share if anyone wants to throw some more in there.
Alright.
Pretty cool.
We have the tavern started, going to expand the sewers, farm is done. Did we order, I don't believe we ordered a, no, never mind, that can wait. Did we have a, no, sorry, my mistake.
Out of curiosity, what were you thinking?
Yeah. I'm curious.
I was thinking about a, tinkering lab, but that really wouldn't benefit too many people.
Also, I'm pretty sure we already got one of those.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. It's been a hell of a week.
I can tell. For once in his life, Bert does not seem to be belittling you, so that is amazing.
I'm very glad about that.
Maybe we should take care of some of the stuff that Ishka requested of us. Mal is coming from the direction of the library. Oh, morning, by the way.
Morning.
Remind me, what did Ishka request?
Expansions.
Yeah, expansions to the mansion itself. From what you tell me, stuff to make it all fancy-like. Stuff like the cloakroom we're making.
Oh, yeah. Okay, what does everyone have in mind? Now that I realized that I missed an entire section by scrolling down a few more pegs.
I guess it depends on what we want to take advantage of first.
A guest hall might be a good idea, because we have had people drop by, and I've relinquished my room a few times. So, that might be a good idea.
Guest hall is good.
Yeah,
Guest hall is
Alright.
it's a little much, but I'm sure we'll be fine.
Just to clarify, guest hall or guest wing, because apparently those are 2 different things.
good. What is the difference? I assume we're going to go for guest hall just because of expense at the moment, but what is the difference?
Yeah.
Guest wing would be adding like a whole nother wing with all sorts of different utilities and stuff for the guests. Guest hall would be just like one big common room for them.
I think for now, the guest hall would be a good starting place.
Alright,
Okay.
cool. Since apparently this guy wants both, it'll be fine, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Around
happy
this
to-
time, Momo actually gets up and stumbles downstairs, tired.
Alright,
I'll take the 800 out of mine.
Oh,
Okay, cool.
You sure
change
you
that
don't
to
wanna split that?
700. Change that to 700 at the least.
Alright.
I'll throw in 100 of my own.
Alright, you stumble downstairs, Momo. Bert looks up. Well, welcome to the waking world, little bird. Gotta join your friends in some real estate?
Oh, are we doing that now?
We are.
I've actually had something in mind that I've wanted, if you don't mind.
What is that?
Oh, cool.
I wanted to add a few more categories of books to the library. Spell books, more exactly, about necromancy.
Interesting.
Bert does a double take. You know what? Sure. I don't get paid to judge.
He's a professional. Don't worry about it.
Thamagath suddenly stands up and gets, oh shit, Julius, the guy who's been maintaining the ring.
Yeah, you know,
You were
your
supposed to
manager,
be-
that whole thing.
Yeah. No, this is in character. I was very much planning this. He was supposed to give you a list of shit for the ring. Is he giving you that yet, or do I need to chase him up?
Yeah, he has. It's a shit ton though. Mostly fancier seats, more room to do stuff, a couple weapons racks. Like the full thing comes out to 5,000 gold if it's an all-at-once payment. I'm pretty sure we could do it in increments.
Increments sounds good. Let me throw 700 towards
700.
that right now.
Cool. Yeah,
for
that should be able to make it not dirt at the very least.
Sounds like a great plan. And with that, Thamagath just sits back down, says, "And I'm spent."
Literally.
Yeah.
I don't really have too much else to add. You two?
No, that's about it.
Not that I can think of at the moment.
Well, there's always tomorrow.
Yeah.
Any mansion expansions that you two can afford and would like to throw yourself towards, or no? It's your choice, of course, but still.
Let me check. Do we have any armor? Do we have an armory expansion?
You do not yet have an armory expansion. You've just got the basic armory.
I will have an armory expansion.
Wait, actually, hold on. What is temporary immediate lifestyle improvement of residence? What's the current lifestyle tier?
Squalid.
Squalid. And change that from squalid to poor.
I'm going to go ahead and say, because you're building baths, irrigation, a farm, housing, all sorts of other stuff, it'll slowly increase to poor over the next couple of days. If you want it to jump immediately over to poor, that would be 400 gold.
Alright, never mind. We just hold on to that and make an 800 payment to Modest at some point, but yeah, cool.
Should we wait on the armory expansion then?
I mean, that's entirely your choice, really. It's your money.
We can wait then.
Maintenance costs. Did, what we dropped before we left, did that cover everything?
It should cover another 7 days or so.
Alright, thank you.
I'm trying to think of anything else that we might need.
Normally I don't make suggestions, but there has been something on my mind here for a couple days.
Please,
By all means.
By all means.
Like, the only mansion expansion on this list that requires anything is the Enchantry, and from what I know about Enchantries, that's where, actual magical shit gets made. And, I mean, you guys deal in magical shit a whole lot, so I'm not sure if you need it made, but you could use, an identifier, and that's what an Arcanist research room does.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, that'd be pretty nice.
We do have a few people that specialize in that sort of thing.
Pretty baller, and I do have interest in something along those lines.
That would be, what was it, 400 gold, if I recall correctly?
Yeah, that's 400 gold
I'll
for the
chip in.
research, yeah.
I'll put in 200.
I'll put in 200.
Perfect.
Well, that just works out.
Thank you for the suggestion, Bert. Much
Yeah.
appreciated.
Other suggestion I had would be, for a jail cell, just in case someone comes onto the property that you want to hold and don't want to drag back to Port Mirandu.
I was
was actually
thinking
just
about that,
looking at that.
actually.
Yeah. It would be 200 gold for one cell. That should be enough to hold 4 people. Jumbo cells can hold 6, though.
I mean, it's only an extra
Interesting.
100 gold. For
I
a six.
can put in the extra 100 if someone's willing to pay for the cell.
Much in as of late. Willing to do that.
Oh, okay.
Alright. And as you hand over more gold, he takes note of all of that. Cool. We'll start construction on those tomorrow. Focus today is on finishing all the stuff you guys ordered last time.
Sounds good.
Perfect. Thank
so
you.
much.
Cool. And
If only we could-
Bert closes up his accounting sheet. In the meantime, I guess feel free to look around the place, talk to whoever you need to. So it's a fairly quiet, he says, as a bunch of gnomes come in, hammering away at various pieces of wood and metal. Fairly quiet for
Yes.
Batman's, at least.
Fair.
Mal sort of whispers to his side, "Now, if only we had a jail cell strong enough to hold Fox Boy over there."
Yeah, tell me about it.
Whomst?
The Yugoloth.
Oh, well, I mean, he usually just is on his own plane until the gods of chaos, I guess, decide to plop him here, right? So
Granted,
I
yes.
doubt that a jail cell could hold him.
Unfortunately,
in fairness,
that's
do
the
we
case,
really
isn't
want
it?
to put something like that in a jail cell, even if we could?
No, you're
No,
right.
not right now. I can't deal with that right now.
That's way too fucky. Oh, I just realized.
Huh?
Chicken and ox haven't met goat yet.
No, I'm sorry, but I have to see this. They haven't met Chicken Bait either.
Oh, yes. Wonder how goat's doing. I miss him.
Let's
Well-
go check on him.
Right,
I'm gonna do
so
that.
have fun with that then.
Go for it.
I'll come with you if you don't
Malphane,
mind.
if you don't mind, while they go, I'd like to have a chat with you.
Sure. What's up?
Well, for one, or rather, for the only, you... Alright, Captain? What's up with all that?
What? Oh, right. The nickname.
Yes.
I guess it just kind of suited you, honestly. It just kind of stuck.
I can't really say that I understand where you're coming from. I mean, I'm not really the leadership type, if you've noticed. If you want a leader, you go to Trevlon. If you want someone who's good at fighting, there's always Thabagath. Me, I'm not really, authority material here.
With all due respect, I must say I disagree. I mean, Trevlon has his own leadership capabilities, it's true, but they're more suited for something like diplomacy. And as for Thabagath, well, he is another can of worms. You don't beat around the bush.
At this point,
Click on
Thabagath hurls a pot across the room towards Malifane, just before he leaves the room. Fuck you.
Like I was saying. But back to the topic at hand. You don't beat around the bush. You're quick on your feet and you get into the thick of things without any hesitation. I kind of admire that, honestly.
Well, speaking of not beating around the bush, what's been going on with you? You know, I'm not the only one who's noticed it, but... Alright, I know you're not particularly forthcoming, you don't really talk to us about much, but ever since the whole business with Desgul splitting off and whatever that was, you've been acting differently. You're not... For one, you're not nearly as high and mighty as you used to be, and you've been more... violent, I suppose?
Violent. I mean, I suppose that's one way of putting it. Before he left to do his thing, he said some things that, well, I guess I took to heart. You know, I've always been one to just sort of sit and ponder. I'm not exactly the kind of person who, you know, takes immediate action. I guess I've been just worried about the consequences of the actions I've been taking, that I've just been running away from most of my problems. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it sure does. Sorry,
No,
that wasn't quite too generous
No.
of me, but
It's fine.
listen, Malifane, we all have things that we'd rather run from. And some people end up running for a very, very long time from those things. It's a pity that running never changes the source of them, never fixes things. Gods know that it would be so much easier if it did, but... You... So, would it be too much to ask what exactly you're running from?
This is going to sound a little bit odd, but have you ever thought about fate?
Hmm.
And
Occasionally.
I guess I've been thinking about that. I've been running away from it. If what we've been learning so far is true, then my mother has been suffering from some means at the hands of the Plague Lords and that Gruvon Gorewalker figure. We fought him once before, and, well, you saw how he nearly took out our entire party.
Yeah.
It's not gonna take much of a genius to figure out that at some point we're going to have to encounter him again. And if that happens, we're going to have to fight him. But the idea of killing anybody, it scares me. It scares me because, well, I don't want to suffer the same fate as her. At the same time, though, well, I know somebody who once told me that sometimes a few bodies are necessary to get to the true evil, aren't they?
Look, Malifane, I've never pretended to be a good person. Yes, I believe that what is necessary to be done must indeed be done, and if that's what it takes for the greater good to prevail, then, well then, action must be taken. And I'm sure you've, you know, got that idea at least, for how long we've been traveling together.
Yeah.
Listen. How cruel the world can be was probably the hardest lesson I had to learn before I came to that conclusion.
What do you mean?
Alright. I've been in your position before. I've stayed my claws, and I haven't acted, and I ran, and eventually, well, and Krellian sort of like undoes part of their collar and like sort of shifts it so that you can see right under their sort of left collarbone. There's just a really gnarly scar there. The scales don't grow anymore. And
Oh god.
this was the least of the price that I paid. And this was the catalyst for my own decision. Listen, ultimately, you always have a choice on who you decide to become, right? You always can make a decision. You can decide to stand, or you can decide to run.
Price. This price you made. When I recall at another point in time, you had a similar reaction to another conversation we had when I asked you about whether there was someone in particular that you cared about. And if I'm pushing too far, please feel free to stop me, but would this happen to be relevant?
Well, perhaps it would be. Malifane, what would you do if you had your home taken from you? Well, you'd probably do your best to make sure that it never happened again, wouldn't you?
I mean, my motivations they've always been driven through the ones I care about, well, the most. The idea of losing everything and everyone that's important to me. My mother, my father, the rest of all of you, Quintessa. I couldn't do that. I couldn't even bear the thought of that, Corellian. I couldn't.
Right. Just keep that in mind. Anyway, I don't even understand how you could bear to leave everyone behind to go adventuring or something like that. I mean, a mother, a father, a fiancé even?
Well, if my mother's sick, I mean, someone had to watch over her. Father prayed to her every day. He prayed to the Dark Maiden that she would get better. I knew, at least then, that somebody would be watching over her. And, I mean, as for Tessa, she convinced me herself that, she would be able to handle her own. Her parents were both soldiers, after all. She learned how to fight from them, coincidentally enough. I guess what I'm trying to say is, it's a matter of trust. It's a matter that, even in the darkest of times, maybe things will still be alright,
Well, Mel, when was the last time you saw your mother?
That was a couple of years ago. I remember her sitting at the kitchen table, but her face, her whole demeanor, it's like she wasn't even there.
Sorry.
It's not your fault.
I mean, I'm sure the others would be more than happy to do some traveling. If that would be something, I mean, if you want to check in, perhaps, I don't know.
Wait, you mean that?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that'd be amazing. I mean, I'd love to... I mean, I guess if we did, we'd probably have to be a bit wary.
Oh?
Yeah. If I recall correctly, there are a lot of guilds in the town of Baylight, one of which, well, we ran into recently.
I see. Well, it's your call, of course, but something tells me we're going to have to run into those many mercenaries sooner or later anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Alright, well, it's all up to you. I'm sorry if I stepped over any boundaries in bringing all this up.
No, of course not.
Mal, I know we've had our differences, and I've definitely not been the friendliest, per se, and I'd like to apologize for that. And if you'd ever like an ear about all this, well, I mean, I've got two of them at least.
I appreciate that, Corellian.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No worries.
We really don't talk that much, so this has kind of been a breath of fresh air. I appreciate the talk, regardless of the topic at hand.
Yeah.
Actually, come to think of it, I don't really know that much about you anyways. If you don't mind me just asking a small question, you said you were part of a Tinker's Guild, right? How did you come about that job anyways?
Yeah, well, I mean, I needed something to pay the bills, put food on the table after I got back on land, and everyone assumes that kobolds are clever with their claws, and I am a bit, at least, so...
gods. Stereotypes among the races of Irion. They do tend to define us, don't they?
Yeah, that's for sure. I probably know that better than most people. Right, gotta go oversee some of the work before the entire day goes, so thank you.
Of course. No, thank you. I appreciate it.
Alright, so the both of you get inspiration.
Yeah, God, Jesus.
It's almost as if good role-playing gets inspiration, and you're good role-players.
I know, right?
Wow!
Thank you.
I'm pretty sure you can't have double, so...
You can't have double. So I guess that means use your inspiration more, God!
Quick.
Listen, I haven't had the
now.
opportunity at all.
Alright. Meanwhile, after that heartfelt conversation, we're gonna get some mood whiplash with Momo and Thabagath going to introduce Ox and Chicken to Goat.
Yay!
So I'm assuming just because of how the events played out and the fact that we kind of just passed out the moment we got home that Ox and Chicken accompanied me to my bedroom. And I have been gently corralling them from my bedroom through the hall, past Bert, and out the front door.
This has been incredibly difficult, as oxes and cows are not made to go downstairs. So you just had to, like, hoist up Ox with both hands and slowly drag Ox downstairs.
Can I try and lift Ox's, like, rear in the air to help?
You can lift his tail.
Momo
I don't want to lift his tail, I want to lift his ass!
You can't. I'm saying that now.
I want to try!
Make an athletics
roll
check,
strength?
Momo.
Oh no.
Yes. Athletics?
Athletics, yes.
Okay. Eek.
Oh my god.
I did my best!
Momo did his best. It's hard.
And his best was good!
It's hard, and Thabagath is still carrying most of the weight, but you do manage to lift up a little bit of Ox.
It's like
Congratulations.
the tip
you
of
did
his hooves are dragging against the floor.
All right, so we make our way over to the stable.
All right. You get to the stables. Stalls there are still mostly unoccupied. The one for Mushka has been cleaned up. Goat is still in Goat's stable.
Yes.
Chicken Bait is nocturnal because he's a kobold, so he is, like, fast asleep at his station.
Good
Aw.
man.
Not a good man. All right, we're just gonna quietly sneak over to Goat, and we're gonna like politely say hello to the good gentleman. Have you been good while we've been away? Good little goat. Look, I brought you some friends. Yes, Chicken Bait.
There
Okay.
he is. There's the sleeping boy.
Here's a sleepy bastard man.
Hey, little fella.
I don't think there's a
brought
bit
you
of
some
bastard
friends.
energy in Chicken Bait.
Yeah,
Nah,
No,
he's
not
completely
one
pure
bit.
so
boy.
much.
He's the best.
Stone Chicken might have a bit of bastard energy in him, though.
Oh yeah, Stone Chicken's got a lot of bastard in him.
Okay, well, in that case, Thabagath just slowly tries to introduce Goat to Ox and Chicken.
All right.
What? Do I need to roll animal handling? Or can
Yeah,
we just assume
roll-
that this goes well and everything's fine?
Roll animal handling.
You fool.
All right. You slowly lift Chicken up to Goat, and Chicken immediately starts pecking Goat in the face. Goat backs off and goes, "Eh."
Frick. Ah, shit. Okay, he
Can I
just...
try and help?
Sure, why not? Make an animal handling check to calm down Chicken.
Okay, calm down, animal.
You actively say, calm down animal to Chicken, and it does not do anything.
Calm down, animal! Oh wait, I whisper shout, calm down, animal!
Oh, okay. Thabagath just kind of lightly tosses Chicken in the direction of wherever he's going to be staying because a chicken, and they are fine with that.
Yep.
And I guess we'll try and introduce Ox to Goat now.
I guess we're introducing Ox.
Okay, just come
I'll
on.
give you oh. Yay.
Alright, so this is going to be a probably really niche reference, but at this local theater chain, before every single fucking movie, no matter what it is, they have this trailer for a documentary about some city slickers making a farm. And it's hard because they don't know how to farm, but they got really good cameras. And one of the shots they use is this baby goat walking up to a cow on the other side of the fence, trying to get closer and going, meh, meh. And that is what Goat is doing out of friendship.
I'm sure that we've seen the exact same advert. And perhaps the exact same chain of theaters. Maybe.
Perhaps.
In that case, Thavagath is going to corral Ox into the pen right next to Goat, and is going to go into the stores and just load that shit up with food, like a lot of it.
A lot of food. Because Ox needs lots of food, and Chicken Bait is currently asleep and can't do that himself.
This is true. Okay, Momo, do you have any paper?
Paper? Let me check. He looks through his bag.
Actually, you know what? Never mind. Do you have a let's see, stick. I want to find a stick. Can we assume that I find a stick, or are you going to
We
make me roll
can
for
just
that?
assume that you find a stick. It's not that hard to look for a
I
stick.
have
Yeah.
paper. I do have paper.
Yeah, I was going to write something down, but I think Stone Chicken's going to eat it. I really don't trust that. So I'm going to...
Stone Chicken slowly turns its head towards you.
Thavagath does that thing where he raises two fingers, points at his own eyes, and then points at Stone Chicken.
Watching you, chicken. Always watching you.
And he uses the stick to write in the ground, chicken, just the word chicken, and then pointing in the basic vicinity of chicken, and ox, and pointing at ox. And believing that Chicken Bait will understand exactly what the fuck's going on.
Well, you never know, but you do that anyway.
Hell yeah. Okay. That was
Cool.
satisfying. Ish. Bastard chicken. Gotta control that temper. You silly chicken.
Stone Chicken seethes with rage.
Oh, I was talking about chicken, not Stone Chicken, but that's also...
Chicken also seethes, but it's like... Actually, no, seething would imply Chicken has it under control. Chicken's just a bastard.
Yeah. Thavagath is gonna, just very gently place a single, string of wheat next to Stone Chicken, probably precariously balanced onto Chicken Bait.
Alright.
Oh.
Stone Chicken immediately snatches it up and just crunches down on it. And the most aggressive chicken eating you have ever seen.
Thavagath puts up two teeny little thumbs up as he backs away.
I feel like he's sending some sort of message, like, I've never seen an animal eat that angrily.
I think he likes me.
Momo just slaps his forehead like, ugh.
Shh, wake up, Chicken Bait. Okay. Cool. No doubt. Let me just...
I'm gonna head to the library. I wanna see if I can find any books about spells and magic or some stuff.
That might... Yeah, sure. Go have fun. I don't think there are any yet, but go have fun. I'm already hungry again, so I'm gonna go get some food.
Okay.
Alright. Cool. It is the afternoon. Corellian, you said you were just gonna do some general overseeing of the construction?
Aye.
Cool. Malphane, are you doing anything special?
Yeah, not particularly. I'll probably just oversee the construction as well.
Alright, cool.
Ooh, actually, yeah, Thavagath is gonna go and see Julius.
All right.
Unless Momo has something they want to do.
Nah, I'm just going to the library. That's it.
Cool. You head over to the battle ring. Not only is Julian Jeremier there with the two helpers he had, and those two are currently sparring in the middle of the ring, Maggie Lionforge, the old woman who was the leader of the refugees who first came to Baton Rance Hall, is also there overseeing the little brawl down there.
Ooh. Thavagath raises a hand. Hello.
Julian and Maggie look up. Julian waves. Ah, Thavagath, buddy! Just heard from Bert that you're slowly starting to improve this hole in the ground. It's not the best, but really, I appreciate it, dude. Thank you so much.
No, my pleasure. Anything to make this better. Anything to start fighting again. I've missed a good old brawl.
Yeah, you haven't been in a lot, from what I know. I mean, not guild-wise. What you do outside the guild?
No.
I don't know. Not my business. I don't ask. But, yeah, not a whole lot.
Yeah, I don't do enough of that. The only reason I think I'm even in the guild at this point anymore is because I have this. And I did actually catch the eye of Crocodile.
You did?
Not too long ago.
Yeah, I think I remember. Congratulations, my dude. That is something, like, everyone aspires to. Like, I'm pretty sure even the number 2 guy doesn't even have the eye of Crocodile at this point.
Fuck. Well, I'll continue making money and grabbing coin and fixing up this hole in the ground until it's something at least slightly respectable. And then who knows, we can start hosting events here and make a little bit of dough.
That's the dream, isn't it, buddy?
Hell yeah. Alright, is there anything else you need from me? Any news on anything notable?
Well, I mean, hole in the ground though it is, this old woman here, he points over to Maggie, has apparently seen some use out of it. She's trying to get a couple of, I think they call them hirelings around here, to get in the ring and start fighting, staff the wall that's being built. Apparently she's taking a personal interest in that.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
I'm standing right here, says Maggie.
Yeah, Thavagath turns to her and says, well, thank you very much. What was your name again? Maggie?
Maggie Lionforge.
Thavagath, a pleasure to meet you. He kind of, like, bends down a little bit, as a kind of bowing, not being a dick, and extends a hand or some shit.
You bow down as you're reintroduced to Maggie, getting a good look at the eye patch over one eye and, like, the remnants of some sort of knight suit of armor that she's wearing. She rolls her remaining good eye, gives you a quick handshake, and is like, stand up, you big galoot.
Yes, ma'am. If I may ask, what were you doing before you came here?
I was enjoying a happy retirement in Farfield, which, if you remember, was completely destroyed and burned down to the ground by a minotaur, which, isn't fun.
Yes, I do remember that, and I'm still very sorry. If anything I can do to help, please just flag myself or any of my compatriots down. I meant, like, career-wise, what have you been doing up till that point? Up till retirement, that is to say.
She gives a soft chuckle. Well, gee, big guy, I don't know. I'm wearing a suit of armor. I'm making sure these fuckers know how to fight. What do you think I did for a living?
I mean, I'd guess guard, but I've learned not to assume.
Wasn't just a guard, big guy. I was a knight. Full on with the whole honors of the Lionforge family. Yada yada, all that bullshit.
Well, it's an honor to be in your presence, then.
It would be if I still was a knight. I told you, big man. And she gets up. I'm retired.
Fair. Well, it's a pleasure to have you here, even if they're not under great circumstances.
Whatever.
Well, I'll see you guys around.
You probably will. she says, and Julian's like, right, looking forward to it, Thaf. See you later, big man.
Yes, see you.
And you head back to go get some lunch. Meanwhile, Momo, anything in particular you were looking for in terms of, like, arcane books and stuff?
Anything about any sort of necromancy? If I can't find any of that, then I'll read some of the books from Geisel that Trevlin is so interested in.
Both of those are currently on order and will be here in 10 days.
Frick! Okay.
However, the library's general selection gives you advantage on Arcana, Religion, Nature, and History checks. So, like, there aren't any specialized books about necromancy, but you do have an advantage on Arcana checks to look for stuff about necromancy.
There is actually one thing that I was... Back a while when, like, in some earlier sessions, I got a letter from someone related to Otar the Foul, like these sky gods or something. Did we get books about that?
I don't think you got any books about the Anunnaki.
That's what they are. Then yeah, I'll try and find some Arcana books.
Cool. Alright. Make an Arcana check with advantage.
Ooh, okay. Sorry, I'm super bad at explaining things.
It's all good.
Come on, do it.
Do it.
Well, both
Come
of those
on.
were 18. Okay.
Yay!
Alright, most necromancers, tend to be very private people because they tend to be creepy assholes, honestly. Even Magder, even though he was nice and willing to teach you, seemed pretty much like he wanted to keep to himself and not share all that knowledge. Which makes sense, because usually, from what you read, raising the dead as zombies and skeletons, that's super illegal, and even the spell known as Raise Dead carries a lot of ethical questions. However, there are a lot of books you read where a lot of necromancers do serve a vital purpose to communities, because they can also prevent undead from rising, obviously raise the dead for particularly noble purposes, and one spell in particular catches your attention and you think you can do it. You read about the spell Death Ward, which basically, when cast over someone, can prevent them from dying once they drop to 0. They refer to it as some strange metric called hit points on a scale of anywhere from 0 to 29 or 0 to 75. But the point is, you're reading about this and you're thinking, oh, sometimes necromancy isn't just about undoing death, sometimes it's about preventing death.
Does it look like something I could do?
Death Ward in particular looks like something you would be capable of doing right now. You think you've got the experience for it. And as you're reading, Quintessa looks over your shoulder. I don't mean to exactly pry, but why exactly are you so interested in this necromancy thing?
Oh, well, pardon me if I get a little personal, but I was somehow given, powers of a necromancy, and abilities, I guess. So, and I don't know how to get rid of them. So why not use them for a better purpose? I want to learn how to get better at it.
Quintessa...
And use it for good.
Quintessa slowly nods. Well, these aren't exactly specialty books. They're more like tales and theories rather than ways to practice, but I suppose... Yes, necromancy doesn't have to be used for evil. I've read stories about several who actually use it for good, standing against the forces of darkness and the like, doing necromancy. She gives you a slight pat on the shoulder.
That you remember?
She gives you a slight pat on the shoulder and says, "Good for you for wanting to know." And as you ask any in particular that you remember, she looks around, kind of mentally checks off what's in the library. None that I think are in here. We only have like a generic selection beyond anything specific we order.
Well, if you think of any, would you mind letting me know?
Oh, of course. Yes, anything
Thank
for a
you.
friend of
I appreciate
Malaphane's.
He smiles and just... He looks happy.
Happy board.
Yay.
Happy bird noises.
All right. So that is your research done. The afternoon comes. I roll
it
for
never
random
occurred to me
encounters.
until
Sorry, go ahead.
nice. It never occurred to me until exactly this point in time that Momo is in fact a bird capable of making bird noises, and my life has been completely changed.
How has it taken you 49 sessions?
Because Jojo has not made any audible bird noises yet.
Yes,
So
they
it's-
have!
Really?
Yes! Like,
thought those were
within the
just
first,
general JoJo
like, 6
noises.
sessions.
Then I have forgotten.
Anyway.
Happy bird noises are happy JoJo noises!
They are.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey,
So,
just goes... Yeah, happy pigeon.
So those bird noises and that research out of the way. Afternoon approaches. Construction's going along pretty well. The workers take a break. A bunch of halflings are gathered over by where the tavern is being built. Pull up like a quick makeshift table, and pull out a set of bone dice and start gambling with them.
Ooh.
Bavagath will pull up a chair.
All right. They look over at you. They give a quick nod. So you know how to play Liar's Dice, big man?
No.
Right. It's real simple. They hand over a cup and a set of several bone dice. You got 4 dice. You roll them in this cup. Slam the cup down. We don't know what you've rolled, but we bet on what's been rolled. Like, let's say we think out of all these dice, he points to the 3 other halflings and then you. Suppose out of all the dice that have been rolled, we think there are 3 2s on the table. We'd say that, and we keep escalating. No, I think there are 4 2s. No, I think there are 3 3s. No, I think there are 6 3s, etc. And the instant we think that someone is bullshitting about how many dice there are, we reveal them, and whoever called them out takes their money. Ante is 2 gold around. You in, Big Dan?
Sure, fuck it.
Anyone else in for Liar's Dice?
Pass.
It was drilled into my head that gambling is the devil, so I'm afraid I'm not gonna pass. I'm afraid I'm going to pass.
I'll watch this round. Just
I will
to
also
get
watch.
a feel.
All right.
Seems interesting.
Seeing as construction is stopped for these halflings to do whatever they do to relieve stress, most of you watch as Thavagath joins the gambling. Thavagath, roll 4d6.
You got it, Buster.
Alright. So, the halflings roll their dice at the same time, slam their cups down, dum, 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 as you slam down yours. You look at your dice. You currently have 2 6s, 1 4, and 1 1. So you know at least there are 2 6s that you can safely say exist. Alright. One of the halflings looks at his cup, smiles, says, 2 4s. Second one says, 3 4s. And then they look over at you. Are you going to escalate how many 4s there are, or are you going to call that halfling a liar?
4 4s.
4 4s. Alright. The last halfling goes, 5 4s. And then it goes back around. Feel free to call any of them a liar at any point, by the way. First halfling goes, 3 5s. 4 5s. Goes back around to you.
3 6s.
Okay. The halfling looks at his cup, the third halfling. 4 6s, he says, escalating.
Bullshit.
Alright. You turn over your cup, 2 6s. The halfling turns over his cup, 1 6. The other 2 turn over their cups, no 6s. You have called this man out.
Yeah!
Congratulations.
Yeah!
You get the pot of 8 gold.
Nice. That's 6 gold, not including mine.
Not including yours, yes.
Nice. Sweet.
Interesting.
Alright.
That was fun.
It was pretty fun. That was just 1 round. For the sake of expediency, if you want to play more rounds, just roll for bluff and we'll see how well you do. Otherwise, we can assume construction goes on as normal.
Yeah, I'll just do that. That was a fun experience. I'm not going to bore everyone with more of that.
Alright. And thus ends that bit of verisimilitude in the world as construction continues on. It is the end of the day as everyone looks over what has been built. Currently, there are several huge wooden beams and paneling that are being put up around the border of Baton Rance Hall. Looks like the wall should be completed early tomorrow morning. The farms have been successfully irrigated, guaranteeing that even as winter approaches, they'll be able to have a pretty good yield. There are now several market stalls that have been set up, from the front gate. If you turn right, the market is over there. That is generally where the market is for space purposes. And as you head back into Baton Rance Hall, the cloakroom is finished. It's a small room off to the left of the main entrance, several racks for hanging up coats, jackets, and thick outerwear. No one appears to be manning it, so it's just like a truss system that you don't take someone else's coat.
Pretty. I like it.
This is stunning, I must admit.
Place is starting to look really nice. Okay. Well, what time do you say it was in the day?
It is, afternoon, around dinner time now.
Okay. Well, who's hungry?
I am. I'm quite famished, actually.
I could probably go for something to eat.
Right.
Cool. What do we have available to us in Baton Rance?
Currently, it's deer on the menu. Basically, the menu at Baton Rance, because you don't have an expanded pantry, is whatever we can catch.
All right. Venison it is. Come on, boys.
I
Hey,
don't think I've ever had
Malifane.
one before.
didn't you owe Thabagath an entire deer?
Did I?
Yes. Remember, the spider? We were coming back from the city of Shimmering Lights, I believe. We chanced upon a deer caught in a giant spider's web, and we left it alone, and you convinced Thabagath to leave it, and you promised him an entire deer for doing so. Remember, it's when we went to the Okites stall, and it was, Curlin struggles to find a word that isn't racist. You weren't very polite to him? Remember?
I certainly remember that.
I have a vague recollection of that.
Right.
If you want his venison.
Okay, out of character, should I take a legitimate approach to this or a sarcastic, sassy approach to this that will probably get me killed?
What would Malifane do?
What would Malifane do?
I don't know what Malifane would do.
Bearing in
Flip
mind,
a coin.
Pick a number.
bearing in mind, Thabagath is very hungry and has a big mouth. Interpret what I just said however way you want.
I'd rather not.
Alright.
I'd rather not.
Alright, pick a
What's-
number between 1 and 2.
You guys can't see it, but I'm staring directly into my camera.
That's not picking a number between 1 and 2, though, Scott.
Come on.
2.
Sarcastic.
Oh dear. Alright. Oh boy. So Mal has kind of, and Mal has had this conversation with Momo before. It feels like he's kind of had enough of Thav shit, so he's gonna play He's gonna take a sassy approach with this. Oh, I suppose I did owe you a deer, didn't I? Alright then. And he walks up to Momo and brings him over to Thabagath. There you are.
Hey!
Work with me on this.
Hold on just a second. Just trying to remind myself what it's called. Yeah. Thabagath takes out a single crossbow bolt, loads it into his crossbow, points it at Malifane. I'm hungry, Malifane.
Hear me out on this. Momo here is such a dear, wouldn't you say? And in the end, isn't friendship so much
Momo
more
just turns
valuable
around
than a dumb
and
venison?
punches Malifane square in the dick.
I want to dodge this.
Okay, Momo, make a strength check.
A what check?
Strength.
IT. Please. God dang it!
Mal, you just kind of like hold Momo at arm's length as he flails and tries to punch your dick.
And
Yes.
You take that back!
However, while Malifane is distracted, dodging his the dick punch,
That's also
Oh,
not
yeah.
enough to beat Malifane's armor class.
oh, what? Right, yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, Mal's armor class is 17 now.
Yep.
Guess we're upgrading our tactics, boys.
Jesus Christ.
You pull out a crossbow and try to shoot Mal. Bert leans out of the kitchen. Hey, no weapons at the dinner table.
Yes.
Yes, Bert.
Yes,
Yes, Caleb.
Are you all done?
I'm hungry.
Alright, if we're really going to go to that length over a deer, I'm gonna go hunting with Mosca tomorrow and we'll see what we can bring in.
I'll tell you what, I'll come with you. It's worth a shot.
Good. Alright.
Looks like we're eating beans tonight, boys.
I mean, there's already deer coming from the kitchen, dude.
Oh, fucking sweet.
Yeah, they managed to get deer. You are having prepared deer, guys.
Nice.
As Malifane's walking towards his seat, he, just whispers up to Thabagath, try underestimating that.
Yeah, you cut out on my end. What'd you say?
Try underestimating that.
Come on, take an attack of opportunity and punch Mal in the dick, please.
Make a strength check, Momo.
Oh, please.
You consistently fail to punch Mal's dick.
Why does this happen to me?
I'm enjoying this. Scott is enjoying this.
Jojo's enjoying this.
Yeah, well, Thabagath bursts into a rage and punches Malifane in the dick.
Oh my god!
No, I'm sorry. No, that was exclusively a joke. That's not happening.
Alright. Because if it was, I have some spells for you. Nah.
It's all good.
It's all good. And thus
Alright.
was the fight at the dinner table, the bloodiest in Fallen Empires. Because these people could not just sit down and fucking eat their venison.
Eat the dead deer.
I mean, is that fun, though? Exactly.
I do have this, though. And Mal pulls out a loaf of bread. Straight from Port Mirandu, actually.
Ooh.
Actually, can I have that?
By all means.
Momo's gonna take the bread and run to where, Rayana is and give it to her.
Good call.
You run out towards the tenements as Rihanna is slowly settling down among the various people who are, refugees there. Among them, you spot a couple new faces, actually. There are 16 more refugees who have gathered in the tenements. Judging from the looks of their clothes, you'd say these people are from Port Mirandu.
Oh. I wonder if everyone else knows about this. I'll tell them when I get back.
Alright. you hand over the bread to Rayana, who just takes it with me. Thank you, and goes back over
course.
to her bed.
If there's anything you need, please don't hesitate to tell me.
I will. Thank you so much.
He nods happily, makes a happy bird noise, and goes back to the dinner table to have his first time eating veal. Or venison. That's what it's called. Venison! Venison!
Venison!
The other hoofed meat.
Alright. You head over, eat venison, evening approaches. You head into the foyer as preparation to go upstairs to your bedrooms. And you hear a faint clink behind you.
What was that?
Mm-hmm.
Is that from the direction of the door?
It is from the direction of the basement.
Oh no.
Thavagath turns around and starts stomping towards the basement.
Thavagath, make a perception check.
You got it, Sweaty. Perception? Yeah.
Perception, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just stomp straight off down into the basement, which remains as bare as ever. There's still that trapdoor with the 5 locks on it. And you just stomp on down into it. You don't see anything out of the ordinary.
Can I roll perception?
Yes!
Yay.
You see even less that's out of the ordinary.
I quit.
Alright,
Now-
I'm
Almost being a dumb bitch today, I guess.
gonna head downstairs. Is anything different about the locks?
The locks do not appear different from the last time you saw them. Malphane, what are you doing?
Fuck it. Let's go for a hat trick. Roll perception.
Malphane, you, on the other hand, actually spot what was making the clink noise. You look down, and there looks to be, this twisted, broken, and warped key on the ground that dropped from somewhere behind you. Behind you when you were walking up, which means between you and the basement, and right past where all the others stomped down.
What the heck? What's this? Does it look like it was... I don't know, what's the craftsmanship like? You said it was warped or twisted.
Well, the craftsmanship looks pretty damn fancy. It's just that, like, there's a lot of pieces broken off or just mangled into a shape that will obviously not operate as a key. And then, Malphane, behind you, you hear, I found one.
Hello?
You turn around. You don't see anything behind you. But you hear a voice from that direction. The last time you were here, you inquired as to the location of the keys in the manor. I managed to find one. You're welcome.
Scott doesn't remember this voice. Does Mal remember this voice?
Yes, this is the voice of Ishka, the ghostly major domo of Batonrance Hall.
Guys, I think we found our suspect. It's just Ishka.
Ah,
Well, then that's hardly a suspect.
Call it what you will. In any case,
What's it clinking?
it was a key. It was one of the keys.
Oh. Thanks, Ishka.
You're welcome, though I'm not sure how much use you'd have for it now.
is there anything we could do, or someone we could find that could fix this?
Do you have a smithy on the property?
I do, actually.
Excellent.
Oh, that reminds me. Momo, remind me to talk to you in the morning.
Alright. Oh, speaking of talking, I went to go bring some bread to Rihanna, and I saw that we had some more refugees from Port Miranda.
Did we
About
not?
16, if I recall.
Oh.
Well,
Huh.
that's gonna require some more housing.
I wonder what's happening.
What do you think
don't-
is happening, Thavagath?
Good
No.
point.
The thing that our patron requested of us? is probably happening, but that's just a guess.
Maybe.
Right. Well,
I'll
is this something that we should discuss now, or?
I'll run this key to the smithy real fast if
It's
he's
way
awake,
too
or
late
I
for
could
that
do that in the
kind of
morning.
Morning.
Yeah, that's a morning deal, I think. Oh, way too fucking tired.
I keep forgetting you people need sleep. Very well, off to bed with you, I suppose.
Good night, Ishka.
Thank you, Ishka.
And then you hear a... and you're pretty sure he's gone.
I think I'm gonna head off.
Tavagat
Yeah,
also
me too.
trudges to his bedroom,
Yeah, me too.
belly
I
full of
promised
venison.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, that was it.
I wanna send a message to Rihanna telling her good night.
Oh. And
I think
freak her
you
out
already
in
did
process.
tell her goodnight, so you don't
Well,
waste a use
you know
of
what?
sending.
No, send them my regards as well.
Her.
Send them my good nights as well.
Okay.
Okay, I did.
There. Alright. You...
I'm actually gonna head off too. I promised Quintessa I would spend the evening with her. You guys have a good one.
Aww. Alright.
Right. That means Malaphane's room is unattended, which means I can set up a mousetrap-styled contraption to punch him in the dick next time he comes in.
I swear to God.
Right. You have fun with that. If you ever need any advice on, mechanisms and all that, you know where to go.
That's right. Didn't you mention you run a Tinker's Guild?
Yeah, that's, I was running the stand for the Tinkers Guild at the Harvest Festival when we first met.
Mhm.
I always thought that was really cool.
That's what I
cool.
said.
Oh, I also fixed that gnome's wheeled device that one time while we were traveling.
That's
You did,
right.
didn't you? You did.
Yeah.
That singular
Dang.
cycle of some kind.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
been
not really
long
sure what to
time.
call it.
Well, better be hitting that dusty trail. Gotta go to bed.
You too. Have a good night, everyone.
Right, sleep well.
Bye.
Alright. Everyone heads to bed. Malaphane goes off with Quintessa, and because I'm a polite man, I'll give them their privacy.
Aw,
Yay!
so kind.
You're too kind.
Thavagath, on the other hand, you eventually get to sleep. You wake up, pages of a book. Actually, I spoke too soon when I said you wake up. You're pretty sure this is a dream, because you find yourself in this field of wildflowers with a rustle of something on the wind. You think it's leaves, then they turn out to be leaves of paper, then they turn out to be book pages that swirl around you, then assemble into the form of the Revenant from On Your Way to Demdor, face buried in his hands. He sighs dramatically. You know, I thought the curse would give you time to learn something, give you time to think on your actions. But no, here you are, somehow even dumber, and somehow less charismatic than the time I left you, and yet, somehow, you have fulfilled the conditions to be free. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it! Fuck it! I'm done! I am out! He says, and the pages burst into the storm of leaves that quickly falls into seed, drops to the ground, and assembles into the form of Chicken.
Hey, chicken.
Chicken looks up at you, and Chicken says, I am the chicken.
Hello, chicken.
I am the chicken.
You are
I
the
am the
chicken.
chicken, he proclaims.
You are... Thavagath responds with equal vigor. You are the chicken.
And as you vigorously nod, Ox comes trotting along, and Ox looks over at you, tilts its head. His head twists a full 360 degrees before going right side up. And Ox says, "Was it the cat I saw? Was it a rat I saw? Oh ho, aha. Mm.
Why do you all sound like me?
And then you hear something that doesn't sound like you in the slightest. You hear the screaming of Goat. And you turn to see Goat screaming in a field full of flowers. And as you look closer, the flowers all have the faces of the baby goat that you lost to a pack of angered and corrupted wolves.
Oh. Oh no.
And then you hear clang, 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 the sound of metal on metal, some giant hammer hitting something, and with every clang there is a whoosh of heat before eventually the fields of goat flowers start burning, and the screaming of Goat just intensifies and multiplies, and you turn around. Ox has twisted and morphed into the form of this huge minotaur, like vague scars on his face, standing 15 feet tall, covered in iron, who takes out a hammer bigger than you are, Thavagath, and slams it onto the field of flowers with a loud boom. And when you open your eyes again, once you finally get free of the heat and the noise and the whoosh of wind, you find yourself standing in what would be full plate armor were it not made of wood, standing tall, firm, defending against the burning fields, defending the wilds against the fire. And Chicken walks up and turns to you and says, "Now you are the chicken."
Alex, who hurt you?
And as you question the strange dreams that the Dungeon Master is capable of coming up with, Chicken looks angered and screams at you, "Go to the woods! Go! Go! Go!" And
What?
you wake up with a start.
Jesus. Thavagath is sweating profusely, fucking breathing heavily, confused as what just happened, but feels oddly compelled to just run. So he gets up, barely has time to get dressed, only puts on like the bare essentials, leaves his room, tries to be quiet, but is very obviously rushing, and then just starts sprinting out of Battlerant.
All right.
Where's the nearest woodland area?
Not too far. You just run as far and as fast as you can, and eventually lose yourself in the woods outside Battlerant's Hall.
And there he is.
And there he goes. Morning comes, and the three of you are woken up by the sounds of construction.
Momo wakes up and rubs his eyes and goes down to see if anyone else is awake.
Looks like you're the first person that got up, Momo. The rest will probably be down shortly.
Yeah, I can't sleep with all this hammering, so I'm gonna head downstairs and sort of raise a claw to Momo. Wait. Did I ask you to remind me to talk to you about something?
Yeah, actually, I was gonna see if you were awake.
Yes.
Is everything alright?
The smithy. Gugmek is actually at the smithy, and, well, Krellian sort of, like, gets a little closer. If I recall correctly, the bag of holding that you have was something that he made for in a memorial for, I think you said it was his child, his son? Maybe it would be worth letting him know and asking him about it.
Sure. Do you want to come with me, just in case?
Yeah, I do need to do a little additional work in the smithy myself, but I just think it would be the right thing to do to let him know. Or ask his permission, rather. I don't know.
Yes, of course.
Alright. Malifane, are you awake? Malifane?
Yes, just waking up, actually. Gods, how do you sleep through this, anyways?
We don't. That's why we're awake.
Yeah.
Tessa was out like a light. I'm impressed. Hey, have any of you seen Bev, by any chance?
No, I haven't. Actually,
He's probably out at the battle ring already or something.
either that or probably still asleep.
Yeah, true.
I guess so, yeah.
Or he would be in the stables. That's the other place.
That's probably the best bet.
He does love
I'll
those
check on him
animals,
later
doesn't he?
today if it makes you feel better.
I guess I just feel a little bit bad about yesterday.
No, it's alright.
That's right. In the... Damn. So the morning's probably the best time to go hunting, so... Momo, I'll catch up with you later. Malifane, let's go try to rustle something up, and by that I mean let's have Mosca come help us hunt because she's way better at smelling prey than I am.
Sounds like a plan. Let's get going.
Alright.
Good
You-
luck!
The two of you, Malifane and Corellian, go to wake up Moshka and head out into the nearby woods to go hunting. Momo, you take the broken key and head over to the smithy. I will actually go, get that track going, because I did not prepare it. Rip and skip. Alright. Once you get in there, Googmek is hard at work making something. Bryce Halfheart, who you rescued from the Rat King back in your first adventure, greets you at the door. Ah, good to see you again. Anything in particular we can help you with?
Actually, two things. He pulls out the keep. Ishka gave this to us, and I was wondering if you had any sort of... if you could fix this at all?
Wait, who? Who gave the thing?
Don't worry about it. Can you fix this?
Bryce takes the key, walks over to Googmek, gives him a light tap on the shoulder to interrupt him. You think we could fix this key up, sir? Googmek gives it a quick look over.
It would help if I had the mold, but I do not. Should take about 2 days.
Well, thank you. Also, Googman, while we were out a few weeks ago, me and a couple friends, found something. He pulls out the bag of holding, and he pulls out the commemoration for the child.
Googmek just stares.
This... Momo doesn't really know what to say right now. He just... Does this remind you of anything?
Googmek goes back to hammering.
I'm sure you know, history of the Oread is full of blood and fire and iron. We had to earn our freedom many times, and it was often through war. My son and I were slaves, making suits of armor and weaponry for the dwarves that held Demdor. But we were clever. We enchanted them to work for our purposes when the time was right. And when that time came, we struck back. He was brave, but they were fierce fighters. I didn't train him enough in the art of war. Only in the art of
Googman,
building.
I'm so sorry.
He looks down at the bag, continues smithing.
Oread do not have birth, do not have souls like the other races of man. When the time comes, when we are ready, we put a little spark of ourselves into our greatest creation. In that way, you would call it our descendants, our child, our son. For most of us, we only get the chance to make the one. He pulls out some tongs, puts several swords he was working on forging into a pot of water to cool. Gem is gone now. You will have no use for that.
I feel like you should take it if you want it. It wouldn't be right to keep it for myself.
What use would I have for it? I have my life now. I repair. I build. I do not go to war. I do not fight. Those days are behind me. And
But
when
wouldn't
my
it be
time
nice to have something
comes,
to remember him by?
I built him with my own two hands. Every day, I remember his face. It took me months to make every detail on that face. I remember him well, Momo. And when the time comes for me to lose my spark, I will go in peace, still remembering him.
Momo nods. And he puts it back in the bag. Well, if it means anything, I'll take good care of it.
You are a good bird. You still have room to grow, to fly. And I will be proud to see you soar one day.
Momo smiles and nods. Thank you for your time.
Come back in 2 days. He should be done.
Thank you so much.
And you head
Cheers.
out of the smithy.
Is it possible for the DM to get inspiration? Because that made me sad.
Yes!
That made me sad!
I was waiting for you guys to fucking ask about that, honestly. Because I've had that prepared for a while.
Jesus, Alex. What
I've
the
been thinking about it ever since Kugmek showed up here at Batonran.
I took this opportunity of being muted to eat a muffin, but you made my muffin all wet with tears, you fuck.
Alright, and that's how you get your bag of holding, through tears. Meanwhile, I'm just gonna have Mushka make a perception check to smell if there's any game around. She's got advantage because she's real good at smelling. So that first roll was a natural 1. Good thing you have advantage.
Oh, fuck.
And then there was a 4.
Oh.
Mushka goes into the woods, sniffs around, immediately dives down and rolls back and forth in a little puddle of mud, having a blast.
Well, at least they're having fun.
I will give her belly rubs.
She gladly
also-
accepts belly rubs.
Well, Crowley sort of shrugs. I mean, we could always look ourselves, not rely on our sense of smell.
Wouldn't mind that. Wouldn't mind.
Go
giving
for it.
this-
Your Curling sort of looks down at their like great coat, the chainmail. You should probably go on ahead. You're probably lighter on your feet than I am.
Maybe just a little bit. Alright. Wish me luck.
Cool. You, on the other hand, can sniff out a trail and follow tracks way better than the distracted Mushka. Wait, sorry, no, that 24 was for picking up the key. Never mind that!
Yeah.
I was willing to take that, but no, I'm gonna be a dick. Make a survival check.
Okay.
Today is not you guys' day for hunting. You're just kind of like going around in the woods. Moshika's having a good time, just rolling around and being smelly.
Do I notice any... How do I put this? I'll be honest with you, out of character, I'm just trying to connect this to you-know-who. But, do I notice anything strange?
Favagath, make your own survival check. You do not. It looks like just the regular old woods.
Must have been my imagination. Looks like not getting anything this round.
Yeah, that's fine. Probably not too much use looking anyway. Carleen sort of like looks up through the tree branches as the sun sort of continues to climb. Yeah, it's a bit too bright for me right now. If anything, I'm sure that the hammering from Bad Rats has driven off a lot of the game. As we head back though, I want to play fetch with Mosa with one of my javelins.
God, yes!
I was gonna say Malathane is smiling at Mushka and saying, at least she got some time outside.
She can do whatever she wants.
Mushka just happily prances around, catching and bringing back the javelin. It's incredible. And you head back into Baton Rance. By now, the wall has been finished so that it's not just an empty gatehouse. It's basically a lot of wooden panels and occasional palisades stacked up. It's mostly to keep people out rather than serve as great siege defense. And there's a singular watchtower along the wall. You look up and you're pretty sure you can see Maggie in there just looking over the outside. She gives you a curt nod as you head in.
There's a political joke to be made here. Not sure what it is.
Let's not.
Anyways.
Just leave it.
Anyways.
Anyway, you head back inside. Also, having finished construction, are the bathhouses. Finally, the people outside have somewhere to go that is great at making them not stinky. You give it a quick look over. It's a series of pretty intricate, beautifully tiled pools, with some slight perfumey scents in the air. It's a pretty relaxing atmosphere in general. Nice place for the masses to go and get clean. Doesn't look to be staffed, so you're pretty sure it's fine just keeping it as it is, and eventually it'll get clean. Alright.
Right. I guess if there's... I guess just go and find more construction to oversee at this point.
Cool.
Yeah.
There is a lot of construction going around. Currently, you can only speed up construction on 3 projects. The ones that are available to speed up would be housing, the tenements, the sewers expansion, guest hall, the research room, and the jail cell.
I'll take the research room.
Okay.
I'll take the jail cell.
I'll take the tenements.
Cool.
Actually, wait. Can we switch tenements and... Wait, never mind. I'll take jail cell.
For mechanics purposes, it doesn't matter who gets what. Just someone has to be overseeing it.
Right.
Yeah, fair enough.
Story-wise, you could be, like, tagging in and tagging out, trading off. It's just, this is what you, the player, want to speed up.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Alright. You, spend the day and the afternoon looking over construction. You have yet to see hide or hair of Favagath.
So does anyone see that?
I'm starting to worry.
Well, if anyone were to see Thab, it would be you.
Fair point. Let me send him a quick message.
Yeah.
I'm going to prepare the spell and send it to Thav, asking, where are you? Are you safe? Are you alright?
Alright.
And, yes.
Okay.
Nice.
I have been instructed to respond with I am the chicken. I am the chicken. Ah! And then it cuts off.
Momo has a face of pure fear and worry. Like a
Oh,
mother
what's
just
going on?
lost his child.
Oh.
What is it? What's wrong?
I think Thav's finally gone mad. All he said was, I am the chicken, and screamed.
Took him long enough. Alright, well.
I don't know where he is, and now I'm kind of worried. What if something bad happened to him while he screamed? And that's why he screamed. I don't know where he is. Where is he? When was the last time you saw him? It was inside, right?
Hold on. Krellin is going to go up to Thav's room and see if there is a scrap of clothing or sheet or something that would have Thav's scent on it, and then take it back down to Moska to see if she can track him.
Mal's gonna
Did
check
he
the
leave?
stable. Mal's gonna check the stables, specifically the chicken stable.
Alright.
Did he leave Spider's Edge behind?
I don't know, he just took the bare essentials of clothing. So, yes, he left the equipment behind.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Malifane, you go down to the stables. Chicken Bait's there, he sees you come down.
Ah, yes, sir. Hello. I was wondering,
He points to the chicken.
do you know whose chicken this is? Because, I mean, it's clearly labeled as a chicken. It's just, I don't know. It's not my chicken. I have my chicken.
He points up to Stone Chicken.
What? Huh.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Wow.
I'll get back to you. Thank you very much, Chicken Bait.
Okay, bye, I guess.
And you go to investigate Chicken's stall.
Is there anything there? Anything different?
There's a chicken in there.
Holy shit! No, okay. This is more of just an experimental thing. What would happen if I put the stone chicken with the chicken?
Don't.
I'm asking that more to myself, but...
You can deal with petrification yourself.
Yeah, there. So the chicken's still there. What is going on here? I gotta get this back to the rest of them.
Alright. You reunite with the rest of the party, having investigated that Chicken is in fact still in Chicken's stall, as Momo and Corellian pull down some of Thavagat's items for Mushka to sniff.
Anything?
Well, chicken was still there, but there was another cockatrice.
What?
Another one?
Another one.
What? The...
Yeah, I'm going to interject and say, are you sure about that?
That's what I thought I heard anyways.
No, it's Chicken and then there's Stone Chicken.
There's Savagath's chicken.
Yeah, Thavagat's
And
chicken is
Chicken
the one that
Bait's.
you found.
Cockatrice. Yeah.
Yes.
Scott is mixing words. Scott is
Valid.
sorry.
It's
Scott
fine.
is
There are like
talking
3
third
instances of the word chicken between those 3 characters.
Yeah,
so-
Scott is gonna stay silent for the next 60 seconds. Excuse Scott.
Alright. As you describe what you thought was the cockatrice, Malifane, you slowly realize, wait, no, that's the chicken that Thavagat bought, and you're like, I'll be over here.
Fuck you.
Alright.
It was not accurate. Anyway.
Krellin sort of tilts their head at Moska and is just asks her mentally, catch anything off that?
She did roll high enough to beat Thavagat's survival. And Mushka says, "Yep."
Excellent. Take us to him, please.
Alright. Mushka goes sniffing around, heads out through the gatehouse, over to the woods outside Baton Rance.
Oh no, he got lost in the forest!
Alright.
Don't mind me, just rolling shame damage.
You take 7 points of shame damage. You are so ashamed.
I really am. Anyways.
Alright.
What if something bad happened to him? Look, he's a big guy, he can take care of himself, but he
Yeah.
also left all of his weapons!
Momo, that is many things,
He's a
but incapable is not one of them. I'm sure
he's a fighter. He fights with his bare hands for a living.
Exactly. I'm sure he's fine.
I know, but-
He's turns to Krillin. He is fine, right?
Krillin just sort of
Doesn't
like
make me feel better!
looks between the two of you. Yes, Thavagoth is definitely, I'm pretty sure, fine.
Hey. We're going over there. We're gonna figure it out, okay, buddy? Okay. Just
Okay.
breathe. Breathe in.
Alright. You head through the woods following Mushka's trail as you talk about how Thavagoth is probably fine. After a couple hours of searching, you head to a clearing, and you see Thavagoth standing in the middle of this perfectly arranged circle of wildflowers with a goat skull on a rock, perfectly mounted, looking over him. Even though it's a skull, you can tell, like, the skull has some kind of content expression, and so does Thavagoth. That might not be the first thing you notice, however. The first thing you probably notice is that Thavagoth is buck naked.
Just out of character. See, he's fine. He's just summoning the devil. That's all. Wait, what?
Oh.
Beth? Are you all right?
Do I recognize this as some sort of ritual?
Make an Arcana check, Momo.
I will. Aha!
There's definitely something magical about this. You spent the day studying necromancy, but this doesn't look like a necromantic ritual.
There's just something magic is happening, but it looks like some sort of ritual.
Is Thav, buddy?
Thav is completely oblivious to you guys' presence.
I don't
know if we should bother him. At least he's alright, and he kind of like shields his eyes, naked.
Yes, we all noticed. It's kind of hard to not notice.
You hear Moshka
Now-
say,
his
"Yeah,
ass is so
I-
toned."
You hear Moshka
Mal
say,
stares at the
"Sorry,
Mal
go
stares
ahead."
at the circle, trying not to look anywhere else. I'm
Alright.
kind of interested in this.
Moshka offers up, "I have a direct sightline to ass."
I mean,
Momo says under his breath, like, "Oh God, his ass is so toned."
well, and Crowley sort of like inclines their head. There are probably worse things that we could be looking at right now. And then,
Honestly.
listen, we didn't spend hours looking for him to just leave him standing, oblivious, stark feckin' naked in the middle of the woods. Come on, Momo, you're the magical type. You know Thavagoth. Go. So then, sort of like Carlian like looks at Momo, then looks back at Thavagoth and just massages their temples a little. Hold.
I think I know what you're saying, and
Alex, how far away?
Just
how
walk
far away are the
backwards.
party?
I'd say a good 60 feet or so.
Ah, cool.
okay.
Walk backwards and. Yeah.
I'm just gonna. He kind of does the thing with his hands as if like he's trying to avoid the sun getting in his eyes, like shielding his.
Shielding his
Oh,
gaze
his brow.
from the ass.
quick question. The thing we found with Thavagoth's scent, would that happen to be an article of clothing of Thavagoth's by any chance?
I don't know. Did you... I think Momo was looking for Spider's Edge, specifically.
Guys, I figured it out. He's multi-classing into a druid, specifically the Circle of the Moon.
Elephant,
No.
I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
Let's stop talking in, okay.
Scott,
You take
I'm gonna
4
have to ask
points
you
of
to
pun
leave.
damage.
Scott, go back! We left a trail of breadcrumbs. It's fine. You'll be fine.
Right, just close your eyes and good luck.
Alright.
Alright. Momo, you slowly walk up towards Thavagoth and the circle of wildflowers he is in. Meanwhile, Thavagoth, finally you hear the words of the Great Spirit. Well done. You are worthy. Go, my child, and be the But before he can say anything, you hear as Momo steps on one of the wildflowers, disrupting the circle, and you're suddenly aware of where you are, and that Momo's next to you.
Instantly, in an almost panic, and in some kind of like subconscious reflex, he casts Entangle.
Oh.
Oh, fuck!
Alright, Momo, I'm going to need you to make a strength saving throw.
What? Oh. Oh, he only has a 1.
Alright. Luckily, because Thavagoth's druid ability is not that great, that is still enough. Thavagoth panics and says something in a language you have never heard him speak, shooting out a palm. And as he does so, weeds and vines burst from the ground and attempt to grab you, Momo. But you manage to push them away before they can.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Momo?
Fav, how did you do that? Did you do that? Was that you?
I'm sorry,
Are you alright?
I think so.
What?
Where
Mal's walking at this point.
are we?
We're in the middle of the forest and you're stark naked!
Thavagoth, what in the god's name was that?
Momo takes off his cape and, like, looks away and wraps it around his waist, covering him. Wraps it around Thav's waist, of course.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
What happened?
I'm not 100% sure. Did I do this?
Well, you shot at your hand, and then they came up, so I'm assuming so. Was this some sort of ritual?
Oh, sweet Jesus. This is creepy. Well, where are we?
Momo sent a message to you. We're in the middle of the forest. Momo sent a message to you earlier. You said something about how you were the chicken.
That's right. Dream.
A dream?
Thavagoth, I just now realized none of you can see my face, and all the expressions I've been doing have been for naught. Thavagoth, stares like a 1,000-yard stare kind of thing, as he kind of just slowly accepts what the fuck's going on. Which way is Batonrance?
Corellian, you see Corellian, their back is turned to you completely, and they're sort of leaning against Moska, and they sort of point that way.
That was, I think, your mic input changed suddenly.
Oh?
Oh, no, there we go, it's back.
Yeah, for a total of 5 seconds it was suddenly much louder, but now it's back to normal.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that.
That's all good.
Should I repeat?
Shit happens.
No, we heard you! We heard you!
We heard you. Loud and clear.
It wasn't quieter, it was louder.
Right, let's walk and talk. And Thavagoth just starts trudging in that direction that you pointed.
Cool.
Wait, you're
um,
decent, right?
Yeah, I covered him.
Vaguely.
Thank you.
Momo's cape is over his bits.
It's over his bits, but not his finely toned buttocks.
Listen, that needs to be shown to the world.
I can deal with that.
So
I'm
as
sure
we're
you can.
walking, just wait. So you saw this in a dream?
I think so. Look, how long has it been? When
It's been
did
about
we?
a whole day.
2, actually.
No,
Days.
Just the one.
Just the one. Okay, that's not so bad. I think I'm hungry. Yes, I'm hungry. You guys find any
Yeah, I'd
venison?
be too. You kidding me?
No, we didn't.
Yeah, you're still avoiding the important question about what you experienced. You wanna fill us in? Share with the class?
Believe me, I do. But I'm still processing. I had a dream. It was really fucked up.
Right.
Like the machinations of some highly disturbed individual.
Oddly specific.
Very specific.
And I woke up here. I went into the woods. No, I went into the woods. I don't know why.
Interesting.
Well. Yeah.
Apparently,
Does
I can.
anything? Does
Apparently, I
anything
can
feel?
summon vines now.
Does anything feel different about you?
I mean, if I were to put it into words, I feel a little bit dumber, a little bit less charismatic, but a teeny bit more wise.
Oh?
You guys know anything about any of this? Any of what's going on?
Can I roll something to see if I remember?
Arcana check.
Ah, okay, another one.
I'll,
Ah,
I think I'll offer. Oh, never mind.
oh, advantage? Can I roll again?
Yeah.
I was gonna say because maybe I've read about something like this. I don't know.
Cool. Alright. Putting your collective heads together, Malifane and Momo, this seems consistent with the practice of druidism. Druids are kind of known for, among other things, being able to summon the forces of nature, and also getting really fucking high.
Yeah, that sounds like a Fabagath
Checks
thing.
out.
Yeah,
So, druid.
yeah. It's
Huh.
kind of a, well, pardon my pun, but natural way of life.
Yeah, natural is right. And Corellian just sort of like gestures to Thabagath's ass. Definitely
very-
natural.
Evergath very purposefully fucking clenches his buttocks twice.
Yes, very nice. We all know.
Wait, so what does this mean? Druid. What does that... What's going to happen?
Someone... Well, I don't know.
I don't know. You get any instructions in that really weird dream you had?
I'm still processing. I just
Yeah,
remember...
that'll take a while.
Mm-hmm.
I remember chickens sounded like me. So did
Oh?
ox.
Wait, did they talked to you?
Are you sure those aren't just manifestations of your subconscious or something like that?
Okay, you're gonna have to use smaller words. Smaller words, please.
Remember, he's slightly dumber than before.
Alright,
Already
are you
pretty dumb.
sure those aren't just parts of you talking to yourself because you don't know how to process certain things, and this makes it easier? Fuck it. Never mind.
Sure.
Never
Small
mind.
small
That sounds
things
about
in
right.
head. Can't think. Brain dumb.
Don't make fun of him.
Look,
Wasn't.
Malphite, I will punch you in the dick.
He's trying to punch me in the dick. Why? Why does he keep trying to punch me in the dick?
Dear. Anyway.
I think I just need a meal. I need a good
Yeah.
meal inside me right now.
Good
How
call.
far away? How far away is his house?
By
about
now
a few
you're
hours.
out of the woods and heading over towards the gatehouse.
Not far.
Well,
Oh,
let's have a guess.
Wait.
Hmm?
Do I still have that band of like intelligence?
Yes.
Ooh.
Can I give that to Thavagath?
Thavagath would need to attune to it. And, for mechanics purposes, attuning takes, a rest, usually a short rest, before the item will give its benefit. You also have to deattune it from you. Usually that happens through
Alright.
death, but that's another rest. And druids use wisdom, not intelligence, so it wouldn't really help them that much.
It's,
Nice thought, though.
I was trying to help.
Why
I know, I appreciate it.
Let Thav be dumb! Let Thav be dumb!
Let him be done.
Well, he doesn't need our help for that.
That is mean!
Ow!
Yikes.
Alright, well, let's say we, as we're walking back to Battenrand's halls, we pass by the, stables,
Yeah, you-
and Thavagath just kind of perkily suddenly has an urge to go over there and just say, excuse me one second, please.
Oh, sure.
You head
Ah,
into the
goes.
you head over towards the stables. Chicken Bait looks over and sees you coming over. Oh, hi, Thavagath. Could you tell me whose chicken this? Oh, holy crap! Wow. That's impressive.
Oh, yes, thank you. I actually have business with that chicken.
Oh, okay. It's all yours.
Thavagath walks past Chicken Bait, bends over, legs straight, opposing Chicken Bait, as he picks up the chicken, looks him straight in the eye, and just stares at the chicken for a solid minute. And subconsciously, or consciously, I don't know how this works, casts the only other spell he's got active right now.
All right.
Speak with animals.
Cool. You subconsciously say something and make a little gesture in a language you don't fully understand, and then you hear Chicken saying, "Personal space! Personal space! Ah!"
Oh, fuck. Yes, of course. Sorry, buddy. He puts Chicken down and kind of just crouches
Chicken pecks at the
to
ground.
his level. Hey, buddy. Do you know who I am?
He looks up. You're that bald guy that carried me here and gives me food! Ah!
Okay, that sounds about right. My name's Thavagath.
Okay!
Do you have a name, or are you cool with Chicken?
Chickens know who we are! Ah!
Cool, no doubt. Right, well, I'm gonna go freak out for a bit.
Okay,
And he
have
kind
fun!
of just finger guns away as he half sprints towards Battenranst.
Alright.
Jojo, can I please ask for artwork of this?
You've already got it, buddy.
You think someone should go ahead and get his clothes? Too late.
Yeah.
All right, we're going.
Run into Battenrance there are a couple of cries of surprise and alarm as Thavagath runs past people towards his room.
You
I've
hear
had
some...
enough of this for one day.
Fuck. You hear some clattering about in there. As Thavagath humbles together some semblance of clothing, as he seems to have lost all of his other clothing in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
It comes out wearing, let's say for now, just some tattered tunic that happened to be in the dresser when he moved in, and some... Actually, just to say some commoner clothes. Some poor commoner clothes.
Just a commoner's outfit.
Do they
Yeah.
fit?
He makes them fit.
Mm-hmm.
It's better than what was.
He looks like
Yeah.
a human version of Shrek the first time he tries on an outfit.
God damn it!
Absolutely. Absolutely.
God damn it, we have Shrek on our team.
Well, I mean, we're a fifth of the way towards the meme squad.
No. Oh.
Damn, I think I need some processing time as well. Fuck.
Yeah, me too.
God. So, yeah, Thav goes back down to the dining hall, I guess, is where I assume everyone else is.
Cool, yeah. Dinner for the day is sausage. You're pretty sure it's just leftover venison that they ground up.
Thavagath picks up a sausage, looks Corellian dead in the eyes, and just kind of wiggles it with a smirk before putting it in his mouth.
Corellian just very, very unimpressively sort of raises an eyebrow and puts their chin on their hands, sort of propped up in front of them on the table, and just watches. Doesn't blink. Makes perfect eye contact.
Mal has this very stoic expression on his face, and the urge to pelt Thav with an apple is slowly but surely rising.
Momo doesn't understand.
Thavagath is just throwing meat into his mouth at this point, trying desperately to avoid a conversation because he has no idea what the fuck to say.
That's a mood.
Bert walks by. So, you were buck-ass naked. What the fuck?
It's hard to explain.
Yeah, Thavagath, what the fuck? Says Corellian with a shit-eating grin on their face.
I think I'm part druid now.
Bert just...
You know I
You
take
say that like it's a disease.
Mal chuckles. Jim's like, you know
I'm
what? I
afraid
take
you
that
have
back.
terminal
This is-
part druid.
You know I take that back. This is actually pretty great.
Bert blinks. So it's like a contagion now, or...
Maybe? I have
pretty
no
sure-
idea.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and worry about it. Had an uncle who used to be a druid, decided he preferred being a bear all the time, so he ran into the woods to be a forever bear.
Oh, damn, that's rough.
Oh.
Sorry.
Thavagath instantly drops what he was doing. I'm sorry, repeat that.
No, don't! Please don't repeat that!
He did what?
I'm getting some mixed messages here.
Ignore them.
Mom-
I'm the
Momo
one.
does like a cutthroat thing, like, don't do it! No, but he doesn't say anything.
Mal gives Momo this look and just like holds up an apple and it just gives looks directly at Thav, then back to Momo. It's just like,
Something about Bert's uncle preferring to be a bear, actually, and Corellian just smiles.
Maybe there's something to this druid thing after all.
Have you
And
tried
at
being
this
a bear
point-
recently?
Instantly, Thavagath gets up out of his seat, flings his chair like halfway across the room from the sheer force. What time is it again, Alex? Roundabout?
It's pretty damn late.
Pretty damn late. So the library would not be open right now.
You could try to wake up Quintessa.
What?
Thavagath sprints the fuck out of Baton Rance, leaving
Thab, I
everyone
will
behind.
not give you the pleasure.
You guys don't know where I'm going.
He sees the
You did-
direction you're going.
He didn't audibly say that he was going to the library. You guys are all sat down. He's already sprinted out of the hall before you realize where he's going.
I just get this feeling of
So
dread.
Thavagath runs over to the library, bangs on the door.
I demand an insight check.
Okay.
Insight.
No!
Oh my god, he's probably going over to the stables to try and be a bear!
So yes, Thavagath is pounding on the door, trying to get Quintessa's attention.
Eventually, a very groggy Quintessa goes over to the door, opens it. I didn't know you were interested in
Books.
reading.
I need books. You have books.
She pauses. Yeah,
Do you have anything on druids?
maybe. I mean, we got some books about nature.
I'm really sorry to interrupt you. Please point them to me.
She vaguely points in some direction.
And Thavagath just kind of Gary's mod flails his way over there. Like you know those cuts in old Gary's mod videos where it suddenly cuts to a new scene, and then the ragdoll of the character you're talking about flings into scene and just collides with whatever happens to the scene.
Yes.
That's what you see.
That's what you see. Alright. Bev, you grab a random book that you're pretty sure is about druids and read it. Make a nature check.
Nature check. Yeah.
It's
Aw.
not. It's about, it's a children's book about 3 bears and them eating a girl who broke into their cave.
I can't believe Goldilocks is canon to Dungeons and Douchebags.
I haven't realized this until just now, but I would like to just point out the fact that I'm apparently now a druid with a -1 in nature.
Yep.
That's great.
That's
I love that.
fantastic. The guy who's supposed to know about nature does not.
I
You know about nature.
Yeah, I
He just
mean-
apparently now feels it.
Nature is
He's
smart.
still-
Not
he's
He's still a
wisdom.
dumbass.
I am druid now. What the fuck is a nature?
Okay. I am one with the plants and the birds and the natures and the leaves. And the teeny tiny buggies. Okay, do I go for another book, or is that his only try now?
Malifane, you sprinted out to the stable. Stav's not there. Maybe he didn't try to be a bear out here.
Where'd he go? Where the hell did he go?
Do I know where he went?
He didn't say anything!
Frick!
Well, I can't roll insight again on the laws of nat 1, so
Right.
shit.
Carleen just sort of laughs under their breath and leans over the table and, like, forks one of Thabagath's sausages off his plate and eats.
What
That
exactly
make
are you laughing at?
Thavagath, you detect that your
Whoa,
food
what?
is being eaten.
What's so funny?
This.
I don't understand. I'm so confused.
And Corellian continues to eat Thavagath's sausage.
Wink. Not wink.
Definitely wink.
It takes a moment.
Definitely
for Mal to put
anti-wink.
It takes a moment for Mal to put 2 and 2 to get. Really? Really?
What are you on about?
You know what? I don't even care. I just. I'm gonna turn in for the night. Do I
You don't
wanna
need
check-
to talk about it if you don't want to.
I don't even know what to think. This is just surreal.
So
I'm not mad, I'm just confused.
We all need some processing time, don't we?
I wonder... Do you think maybe we should ask someone about this? Like Kailani or Quintessa or something?
I think that's a great idea, but I think we should do it in the morning because I'm exhausted.
Right. You know what? We'll do that tomorrow. I'll check in tomorrow with Quintessa. Why don't you, Corellian, check in with Kalani?
Sure. Sure. If that makes you feel better, why not?
It honestly would.
Alright, alright.
Right. Alright, you guys have a good night then.
You too.
Okay.
Nope, sleep well.
All of you head out of the dining hall, past the basement door, which still has the bits and pieces of ivy on it, and then go upstairs toward the bedrooms. Thavagath, you are now convinced that druids somehow have the ability to turn into 3 bears, and it's fantastic.
Oh my god.
He's filled with the fear he felt before is now replaced with awe, bewilderment, and a new sense of purpose as he desires the ability to turn into a bear eventually.
Alright. And you go to bed and dream of the day you will be able to become bear. Morning comes, and as usual, you are greeted by the sounds of construction.
Mm.
You know? I think I'm starting to get used to it.
Thavagath wakes up and is surprisingly chipper, despite still looking like a 20-year-old in a 13-year-old's outfit.
Is that out of character? Is that even comfortable?
Oh, definitely not, but that's literally the only clothes that... the closest thing to fitting clothes that are in this place. Reminder, he's
Fair
probably the biggest person in this place.
Yeah.
6 foot
Am
something.
I wrong about that, Alex? Is there...
You are probably right. Thavagath is physically the tallest.
Are you looking at the splash screen? Yes, you are the tallest.
Actually, fun fact for all of you at home, the splash screen is actually, scale-wise, not correct. It's great for scale, for making everyone appear in the shot, because otherwise it would just look wacky as fuck, but...
Yeah, Thavagas way taller in
Yeah.
comparison to...
Most of these people are 3
Malphane-
feet. Thavagath should be way taller.
Yeah,
He's 7!
3 of
reference,
these people are 3
Malphane
feet. One of them
Malaphane's
is...
eyes should meet Thavagas's nipple, just for reference.
Okay.
Excellent.
Oh, no, not for people at home.
There we go.
Nice.
Dude, he's 5 foot some odd, not 4 foot some odd.
Yeah, he's 5
yeah,
foot something.
but Thavagath is 7 foot something.
Okay.
Yeah, 7'7". Anywho, that's beside the point.
Back to the game.
Back to the game. Yes, Thavagath looks incredibly chipper this morning, which is different to how he normally is.
Alright.
And is seeking out Bert.
Cool. You head downstairs. Bert is downstairs in a pretty chipper mood. He's directing several hirelings who are rolling in barrels. He looks over at you. Ah, perfect timing, big guy. Wine delivery got here. Wine cellar's all good to go. Right in time for, as I look up what I actually named the damn thing. Right in time for the Night of Lost Ale in a couple of days.
Oh yeah, that's happening. Forgot about that. Cool, that's gonna be fun.
Definitely,
Hey,
definitely.
I do have another request.
Okay.
Could you get some druidic books delivered?
He writes that down. Yeah, I can have a librarian look into that. Not sure how many druids keep their stuff in books, but whatever there is, we'll find it.
Did that cost, or was that just a thing?
It's 75
much?
gold per expansion.
75. Alrighty then. So use some maths for this one. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Cool. Thank you very much.
Of course.
Any other news?
Any other news? Got a couple of very official-looking letters saying, well, the first one saying to expect the old guy who keeps talking to you guys and dropping off absurd sums of money. He should be here tomorrow at the latest, probably today if he gets here quick. And also coming is that Nalorna Lod fella, the moneylender from Port Mirando.
Ah, fun.
Yeah, said he wanted to take a look at the place.
Goody. Alright. Thank you very much. I hope you have a nice day.
Cool. While you're here, since you're actually around today to help speed up construction, anything you wanted to look into? Currently, you could look on overseeing the sewers, the guest hall, maybe clean up that battle ring, maybe?
How quickly would the guest hall be finished if I were to overlook it?
Without you overlooking it, it would be 13 days. With you overlooking it, it would be closer to 3 or 4.
I'll have a look at them.
Cool.
Since we got guests coming over.
Alright. Cool. Alright, much obliged, my friend. Let me know if you need anything.
Will do.
What are the rest of you doing?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, in that case, once Carlian wakes up, they'd probably wait until Kailani got into the shrine so that they could talk with him.
Cool. Yeah. Kailani, wakes up fairly early in the morning to get the shrine all nice and staffed and stuff, so you have quick opportunity to go talk to him while he's got a moment.
Right.
As I pull up the picture of the best boy.
Yay, it's Rising.
Yes.
Huey boy.
Yes, Rising is
I
great
love
boy.
him.
Carlian sort of like very awkwardly knocks on the door frame.
Ah, come on in, says Kailani.
Yes, of course. Right. I am here on some slight business. Do you know anything about Druidcraft? By any chance?
I do actually. I think back when we were traveling together to the city of Shimmering Lights, I told you I had like some sort of ability in that sort of thing. It's more dabbling, really. Just stuff like I can predict the weather. I can make berries that feed people and the like.
So, Navagath. He had some sort of a dream or a vision, and now has druidic abilities. And, well, frankly, we are all at a loss as to, first off, how that happened, second off, what to do about it, and third off, how did that happen? Is there a way that most people get druidic powers?
Kailani slowly nods. This is a lot to process.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, that's what we all said yesterday.
You're sure it was Thafagath of all people?
Yes.
Yeah, he didn't strike me as the, as the magically inclined type, not to be rude or anything.
Exactly.
Whew. Well. Druids are... Well, they're not exactly predictable, is what they are. A lot of them prefer to just be left alone out in the wild. The most common joke I hear is that all of them just prefer to be bears all the time. And honestly, that's a bit of an exaggeration. No one can be a bear all the time. Unless, well, there are a couple of people in the Circle of the Moon who get really, really into it, and then they're bears all... I'm rambling, I'm so sorry,
That's fine. Totally fine. Yeah. Alright, well, yeah, if, would you mind if I pointed Thavagath in your direction?
I suppose. I'm not sure how good a teacher I'd be. I specialize more in priest work and the like, which I guarantee you Thavagath is probably not into.
Yeah, alright.
If you do know of any other druids or people who control nature and the like, maybe also look into them? I mean, the more people who know what they're talking about, the merrier, I always say.
Yeah, very true. Actually, I had one last question. It's maybe a bit out of the blue. Have you heard of a deity called the Dark Maiden, by any chance?
Yeah, that would be a drow deity. I think associated with freedom from the Underdark. The look on your face tells me that's not the answer you were looking for.
I mean, I don't know what answer I was looking for, or even what answer I was expecting, but it certainly wasn't that. Just sort of interesting, I suppose.
Well, I always appreciate talking about this sort of thing, so...
Of course. Well, thank you for your time, Kailani. It's always much appreciated, and it's always a pleasure to speak with you again.
Oh, of course. And then
Colleen will make their leave and go to, I guess, supervise things.
Cool. Alright.
Has it been 2 days since I asked Gugmek to fix the key?
No, it's been 1.
Okay. Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Well,
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
this is fine.
I'm okay with the events that are happening right now.
They shot a gorilla for this.
They shot a gorilla! Cool.
Good
I will never
call.
forget.
Yeah.
Alright.
That's why he was naked.
Okay. The afternoon quickly comes. The most notable thing that happens in the morning is just, a bunch of people in ramshackle guard uniforms run across, the grounds of Baton Rance Hall, chasing after a big ol' mastiff dog with, a set of keys in its mouth. Maggie is just looking over the site, watching them run back and forth trying to catch the dog, and sighing to herself, apparently not pleased with the results.
Well, if Maggie doesn't think it's a priority, then I'm happy to watch as well.
Alright.
I'm going to check with Quintessa about the whole thing with Thav.
Cool. As Corellian settles down to watch some guards fail at catching a dog, Malifane heads back up to the library. And as you get there, Quintessa's first question is, "So Thavagath?"
He was here, wasn't he?
Yes, he was looking for books about druidism. Are you sure he didn't get high?
It was the strangest thing. The other night, we found him in the middle of the forest, and there was some strange summoning circle. I don't even know what happened, but supposedly he's just gained some involvement in druidcraft? I don't even know.
Well, that's not exactly my area of expertise, but he seemed pretty keen on it. I think he ended up picking out a children's book about the 3 bears who eat that little girl.
That sounds like something he would do. I gotta be honest, I'm a little worried about him. It just... I don't know.
Like more worried than usual, because, like, just knowing him, he seems like someone you'd worry about.
I mean... I suppose so, yeah. I just... There have been some back and forths, and I just... Despite my initial thoughts on him, I don't want him getting into trouble.
Right?
I don't know.
Don't mind the dice rolling, that's for something else.
Oh.
The sound of anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
On the subject of Thav, we found the journal.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my... How much did he read?
That's what I'm worried about.
Oh my god.
Let's try not to bring it at all.
Well, hey, you know what's in that journal.
I am fully aware, yes.
You know, I'm just... Let's talk about something else. And anything else. The letter, the one you sent me about the plague lords,
Yes,
the man.
absolutely. Did you manage to get a hold of anything, or?
I've been looking for quite a while. Unfortunately, it doesn't appear that this place's books specialize in medicine. There are a couple of general texts that apparently this Mr. Whitehand contributed to, but I'm not sure if that's what you're looking for.
I'd be willing to take a look at them, whatever it takes.
All right.
I don't know if there would be like any memoirs of any sort, though. If there aren't, maybe we can order some in.
Definitely not memoirs. Closest thing would be about the author.
No, I don't suppose that would be too big of a deal.
Right.
Either way, there was an academy over at Port Mirandu. Well, I'm probably going to visit it again next chance I get.
Right. Yeah, I do remember from the About the Authors I read, admittedly from several years ago, that apparently had a position there, an in-house alchemist and professor. Probably, if you're looking for any more of his textbooks, they would be either there or a student might still have them, because reselling textbooks is an absolute nightmare.
I wonder if Annabelle might have had one of them on her. I'll check with her later.
Alright. It's,
Thank
It's always nice to see your face.
Of course. Thank you so much, sweetheart. You've been a big help.
Alright. The two of you exchange last goodbyes and you head back down. Finally, one of the guards manages to tackle the Mastiff to the ground. Maggie looks up. 5 minutes, 21 seconds. That is embarrassing.
Carlin just claps. Finally.
Yeah. The guards mutter various sorries and apologies. You people are never going to make a guard force, and I am so very disappointed in all of you.
Hey, as soon as you get good at the Mastiff, you can start chasing Muska around. It's sort of the next level of training.
Muska perks up with a huge grin on her face.
Mal walks over. So, how long did it take?
5 minutes, 21 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah, that's real bad. These people have no coordination.
Navagath walks over. Oh, puppy. How long did it take to catch this little guy?
5 minutes and 21 seconds.
5 minutes, 21 seconds. Wow,
Yeah.
that's pathetic.
21 seconds.
Yeah, and the guards
maybe
just
we'll
continue
catch
to be more and more embarrassed, and a couple of them just walk away, heads down.
Out of character, slowly waits for Momo to come in and ask the same question.
Momo is in a BRB.
Yeah.
Damn it. Slowly waits for Alex as Trevlon to ask the same question.
Well, I have just had the best sleep. I'm sure nothing wacky's happened in my absence. Oh, look, they caught a dog. How long did it take them to do that?
5 minutes, 21 seconds.
Wow, holy shit, these are the worst gods ever. I am just deeply ashamed of all of them, and I am sure that their families are rolling in their graves. Goodbye, and Trevlon T-poses back to wherever Trevlon is.
We have fun here.
Alright. Maggie gets up, gives a curt nod, and unless any of you stop her, she's just gonna walk away.
I'm good for
Sweet.
now.
Yeah.
Does one of those little head nods head tilt thingies. That's about it.
Cool. Alright. Well, that is the early afternoon. Oh, late afternoon, something else wacky is gonna happen. Oh boy, I love these wacky encounters.
Oh boy, wacky. A Tarask appears.
God damn it!
Yeah. All right, boys, you got 5 minutes and 21 seconds to catch this Tarask.
No!
Okay, so on my random encounter table, guess what I fucking rolled again?
Swear to God.
Guards
Another
chase the dog.
They're trying to redeem themselves.
All right. Maggie's not even looking at this point. She's just like sitting at a table, getting a beer, as the guards once again completely fail to catch the dog with the keys.
Caroline sort of calls out, "You know, the more you chase a dog, the more they think it's a game."
And the guards are like, "Yeah, I know. That's the exercise. Oh God, I need
Split
some
up
water."
and try and cut it off.
Okay.
Just let them have it. Could be fun.
The guards try splitting up and cutting off the dog's escape point. They're trying. They're doing a little better than last time around. Dogs got way more energy than they do.
Any words of wisdom, Melvin?
I cut a slice of apple. I throw it at the dog.
The dog leaps into the air, noms on the apple, happily prances off apple in its mouth.
How
You know, you
long-
could have used that as an opportunity.
What's that, Momo?
How long do you think it'll take to catch that dog?
Probably about 5 minutes and 21 seconds.
I give it 5 minutes and 22 seconds.
22? At least give him maybe 15.
Yeah, fine, I'll be generous.
And then eventually you hear a as another dog rolls across, not another dog, another guard rolls across the ground, scoops up the dog, and just tumbles down, holding up the dog. Got him! Maggie doesn't even look over.
Yay!
4
long
minutes,
is it?
40 seconds. Wow, congratulations. I am absolutely beside myself with glee.
Well,
You know, you
Thavagat
totally could have
for
used
one,
that apple as an
erupts
opportunity.
into applause.
You know, you totally could have used that apple as an opportunity to grab it, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't adjacent to me, and it was also dashing and disengaging. I just didn't have the melee attack to make an opportunity attack. Another guard smacks
What
that
are
one.
you talking about?
Damn it, Jerry, are you high again?
Well,
Outstanding.
that
Well,
was a
as
thing.
much as I absolutely adore seeing whatever this is, I'm gonna do something better with my time.
And that would be?
I honestly didn't think I'd get this far in the sentence.
Don't talk to Ox.
I honestly started speaking before I figured out how the sentence was going to end. Fucking with only 5 minutes left, there's no point talking to Kailani just yet, so he's gonna go hang out with Ox, Chicken, and Goat. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
All right.
Before that,
I want to follow to see how this goes.
Malphine walks over to Krillian. Did you get anything?
Not too much. Kailani's dabbled in druidcraft, but he's no expert. If anything, probably be better off for us to seek out someone who is an expert. Have we met anyone who's a druid?
Not to my knowledge.
I'll have to think on that.
Alex?
Make an intelligence check to see if you can remember the characters that are druids.
Just a basic intelligence check?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Okay. First one that comes to mind would be Umaraik of the Shisinthe. She was a druid who appeared to specialize in swarms of insects and controlling them. Then again, you think on this and you're like, I really do not trust Umaraik to teach anyone, even Thavagat. And then you remember, wait, there was a bunch of ivy around the basement door when we went to bed last night. There was also a bunch of ivy when we were trying to clear out the basement. Do you think Ishka was a druid?
Wait a minute. You remember the greenery downstairs previously, right?
Yeah.
Ishka. Ishka! Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow, that's good. Yeah, that'll be a fun one to listen in on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, we know where to direct him.
Maybe we should try this sooner than later?
Well, we know where to direct him.
Yeah, onward, I guess.
Cool. You follow Thavagath and Momo over towards the stables as Thavagath stares once more at Ox, Chicken, and Goat, trying again to call on the power that lets him talk to animals.
Thavagath's gonna talk to Ox this time.
Alright.
Yay!
Cool. You cast Speak with Animals again.
So,
You cast Speak with Animals again. And you suddenly understand the speech of Beast and say hello to Ox. Ox looks up. Hello.
I love him!
Oh, hi, Eeyore. How are you?
how are you doing today, little buddy?
I'm doing as great as I can be.
Can I get you anything? Anything at all?
Food.
Any preferences?
The Ox pauses to think.
Food.
Me!
Sounds about right. Thavagath dumps all the apples that he has in his inventory into Ox's little pen.
Listen, buddy, apples are my shtick.
Yeah, but I
Much,
have 11 of them, so
much appreciated.
Says the Ox as he starts chowing down on the apples.
You just don't talk to it.
yeah, that's a thing I can do now. Apparently, pretty cool.
I feel like
I wonder
you're
if
going to
it's.
have the best time. Just a hunch.
I also think exactly that thing, but I wonder. Does this spell only work for one animal at a time, or?
And you hear Goat saying, "When do I get food?"
You get. Oh my god! Oh my god! Goat! Goat! And then he just fucking dives into Goat's pen and just picks him up and cuddles him in his hand. Goat! Oh, Goat!
Yes, hi, hello, when do I get food?
Whenever you want. What would you like?
You just gave him like 11 apples. I want an apple.
Okay, Malphane, hand over your apples. Hand them over.
You owe me for this. And hands him an apple.
Here you go, buddy.
Ah! And Goat starts chowing down on the apple.
What a good fucking boy.
Oh, he's a good boy. Do you like living here, little Goat?
I eat and sleep all day. It's the life. Ah!
Hell yeah. Does chicken bait treat you nice?
Chicken bait is the fucking best, man. Like, he rides me a couple times. He, like, teaches me to do cool tricks in exchange for more food. He is just like a wizard of some kind, dude.
Fucking hell yeah. Oh, I'm very happy, boy. That guy just stands up and it looks like a fucking infant just given an entire bag of sugar and a stick.
Oh,
Do you have those
So
little dip dab thingies where you there's like a little sugary lollipop.
Oh, Fun Dip?
Or
Yeah,
Fun
Fun
Dip.
Fun Dip.
Fuck yeah. I don't know why that specifically. That's just something that popped in my head suddenly. But yeah, he just looks like a giddy little child. I don't think he's ever been this happy. Sorry. You did you guys want something? Fuck.
No, I just wanted to see, because you said that you spoke with animals in your dream, so I was curious. Could you do it now that you're kind of a druid? Now that you can? Pardon my language. Frick!
So
Goat
cool.
gasps in horror.
I said I'm sorry for my language!
Thavagath also gasps, slightly mockingly, but covers Goat's ears. I'm so sorry you had to hear that.
Stop making fun of me!
If you guys want to tag along,
But
we're
this
going
is-
to talk to Ghost Man downstairs.
This is amazing.
Wait, sorry,
How do you
Ghost
feel?
Man? I feel fine, but Malafine, what were you saying?
Go on, Malphine.
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 Malaphane's disappeared.
I can't
Well,
believe Malaphine's fucking
Since
dead.
Malphine's tongue is rather tied apparently at the moment, we have
Oh.
a bit of a hunch that there's someone who can help you get better at the druid powers, like talking to animals and such. Interested?
Yeah.
Well, let's go talk to Ishka, yeah?
Ishka,
Yeah.
the grumpy bird ghost.
Aye. The one who's
Okay.
really good with plants and nature, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
Sorry, I fell into the void.
it's all good. You good?
Yeah.
Sweet.
So like I was saying, we were going to.
We've gone through it.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry.
fuck.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's only
Can't believe
because
we've
it's
done this.
6:03.
No,
Yeah.
it's all right.
Had to expedite. Fucking, yeah, okay. Lead the way. You know where he is?
Basement?
Let's go.
All right. You head towards the basement, and as you do, you hear the trotting of hooves and the stomping of several booted feet. You turn, and passing through the gatehouse, accompanied by several armed mercenaries and guards, is Nalur Nulad, the banker from Port Mirandu, who looks around the
Oh.
place, nods, looks over at you all. Oh, so you're the ones that are renovating Baton Rance Hall. Well, that makes it interesting. Let us get down to brass tacks. I have a business proposition for you. And that is where we're going to end our session.
Oh, yay, more business!
You
Oh boy,
fools
it's
thought
this
you were
fucker.
done with business! Ha ha! No, welcome to real estate, bitches!
This is what we get. This is what we get for our hubris of not having a cliffhanger last episode.
You fool! You
God,
absolute buffoon! Alright. We will see you all next week for the 50th episode of Fallen Empires. It's gonna be a party! Woo! Alright. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.
Bye!